Hello, Aries, and welcome. These will be your messages for July, and we will begin with an opening message. Then we will get messages for each week, and then we will have additional messages from the Law of Attraction cards and Angel of Light cards. So we'll begin with the opening message. And these messages, again, are for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but these are general messages. So you may find that some of them resonate with you while others do not. That is quite possible. And I want to thank you for joining me here at High Priestess Influence. I appreciate all your love and support, your likes and your shares and your comments. So thank you, Aries. So as we look for the opening message. Oh, I do want to let you know that I will be putting timestamps. Here we go. I will be putting timestamps for each section in case throughout the month you want to just come back and look at a particular section, particular week or something. Oh, Aries. You know what? I love this. I love this energy. The Queen of Wands, this is you. This is you at your best, at the top of your game. So it's interesting, only one card jumped out, and it's you. It's your energy. So male or female, it does not matter. This is you, Aries. I just feel like the expression I got is kind of like, I'm not sure what the expression is, but when you're like working a room and you're really charismatic and everyone is drawn to you, everyone's glance goes toward you, you're like illuminated, a really positive, high vibration, a really attractive energy. Wow, so really I'm feeling like this is kind of like your overall energy for this time period, for July, or whenever you're viewing these messages, whatever maybe 4-week period you're viewing these messages. I really feel as though this is you just in alignment, feeling good about yourself, feeling confident, feeling comfortable in your own skin. This is amazing as your overall message for the month, and it's so fascinating that only one card jumped out. And I feel as though I feel like you look good, and you do, and other people think you look good too. So I don't know what you're doing, Aries, but keep doing it, because it's noticeable. Others are noticing. Others are attracted to your charisma. I love this, Aries. I mean, there really isn't that much more to say about this overall energy other than you're really just in alignment. It's a very aligned vibration, an attractive energy. And I'm not an astrologer, but I know that Mars is entering your sign and will be there for 6 months or so. And this may have something to do with this alignment, with this feeling comfortable in your own skin, because it does feel as though this is extending beyond July. And if you're watching this in July and you're thinking, well, I don't feel this way, then it's guidance for you to recognize your amazing fire energy. Recognize, this natural courage that you have, this natural self-assuredness that you have. Think back to times when you've been feeling good and you've been in alignment, and you see how positively people react to you, how attracted they are to you, how interested they become in you. And sometimes you have like these admirers from afar, I think. And if you're not feeling it, you know what this energy feels like, Aries. You can tap into it. It is time. This is your time. So do whatever you can to get in alignment. If it's meditate, if it's making a list of all of the things you're appreciative of, like a little gratuity journal or the positive aspects in your life, whatever you can do to get into alignment. Focus on the things you enjoy. Do the things that you enjoy. Do the things that make you feel good. So Aries, I love this opening message for you. So now we will move into week 1, or approximately the first week or so of July. So let's see what guidance or messages you have for the first week in July. It's the first week or so. It's not, necessarily exactly the first 7 days. It could be the first 10 days. Okay, so interesting. You had this, you should leave her over here. You had this beautiful Queen of Wands yourself as the overall energy. This is you in alignment, at the top of your game, comfortable in your own skin, all of that charisma. But you only had one card jump out for the first week. So the Queen of Cups. So again, it doesn't matter, male or female. It's more the energy. So, I'm sensing almost like, like a secret, but not really a secret. It's kind of like a knowing. I feel like you have almost an inside joke with yourself, but it's not really a joke. It's almost like something that that nobody else does, or that most other people can't see. And I'm feeling like you covet this thing about yourself. Like I'm feeling like you have some sort of a knowing about either yourself or a situation. It's more than an intuition. It's not like an on-the-spot thing. It's kind of like a deep understanding or knowing. And it's either something about yourself or just something about, I feel like, relationships in general, or, the way people interact, the way people get along, the way relationships progress. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. So I'm wondering if you recognize this, Aries, or if you will during the first week, and if you're watching it in advance of the week. But and it's just like you are very in touch with your emotional side. You're very self-aware of your emotions, and I think you're really, really good at reading other people's emotions, and I think you're good at kind of validating someone else's emotions or feelings without absorbing them, without taking them in, without making them yours. So if other people have, their stuff going on emotionally, you can understand it, you can validate it, but you don't take it in as if it's your stuff, which, is very, I want to say, like, advanced in a way, because so many of us do end up kind of like taking on other people's emotional baggage, letting other people's emotional stuff affect us. But I'm really feeling here with this Queen of Cups that you are so in alignment that you can validate someone else's feelings, you can understand them, without making it your own. So, if you're not resonating with this message, then the guidance is that you want to recognize when the emotions aren't yours. You want to recognize when others' emotions are affecting you, right? It's not that the guidance is that you should be cold or unfeeling. It's really about that whole being able to, be there for someone, say, and not make their stuff your own. So, again, some of you are just really good at this and you're feeling it and you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. And others, you just need to hear that you don't want to make other people's emotional baggage your own. You can understand their feelings. You can, again, validate them, but you don't have to make them yours. Okay? Don't internalize it and carry it with you. But this is a really, really aligned emotional energy here. I love this, Aries. I love it. It's beautiful. Okay, so now let's move on to the energies for the time period of approximately week 2 of July. Okay, my dear Aries, the cards have been shuffled again. So let's see what, oh, that was fast. Wow. Another Cups Court card. Oh no, oh, two cards. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, Aries. I love it. Ooh, Aries, I love it. Okay, now, I don't view my readings as predictions. I don't. But these energies, these are the current energies going your way. So, you know what? You can make them yours. This is all about guidance. And these cards are here to guide you either towards something or away from something. And so the potential for these energies is here for you. I love it. So, in, let's say, approximately the second week of July, in that time period, or whenever, the second week of whenever you're viewing this, you may very, very well get a wish come true, a dream come true. And it will be, I feel like it will be a surprise and it will be better than expected. So you have the potential to manifest something that you would love, something you desire, but I just got the feeling that it may not be something that you are consciously wishing for, like a specific thing. I'm not saying it's not, but, I'm thinking that this surprise could be something that you will love, but it's not something you were necessarily wishing for. It's not exactly what you wanted, or it's not something that you wished for, but it's something that you will love. It's kind of like, a dream come true, a wish fulfilled. Wow, this is amazing. And it makes sense that you would manifest desirable experiences in this time period with this Queen of Wands, with you in alignment as your overall energy, let's say, of this month. Because when you are in alignment, when you least expect it, expect that something that you love will show up, right? I mean, I can say for myself that there have been times when I've just been feeling really good and in alignment, and just wonderful things start happening. It's not anything I said, oh, I want this to happen, I want that to happen. But I might win something, or it was something I wasn't expecting. It wasn't something I said, oh, you know what, I really want to win something. No, it just happened. And, that's the kind of feeling I'm getting now, is that it's possible it's something that you've wished for and you'll recognize it right away. Say, oh, I've always wanted this, or I've been wanting this to happen, or I've been wanting to meet this person. Or I'm definitely feeling for a lot of you, it could just be something that is so unexpected and so pleasing, and something that you didn't necessarily wish for, but you love it. But you love it. And it's a surprise and it's fun. And you know what? I really feel, Aries, like it would behoove you to recognize that if you receive a really pleasant surprise, a really wonderful surprise during this time period, or maybe multiple surprises, maybe things are just going your way and you're just getting surprises and fun all over the place unexpectedly. If you do recognize that you did this with your vibration. You've attracted these things to you. Because keep in mind, Aries, you're attracting all the time. But mostly we're just attracting more of the same because we're focused on what is instead of what can be, right? So, but at this point, I feel like your vibration is so high that you are attracting, desirable experiences into your life. And if you don't resonate with this energy, then the guidance is, dear Aries, to know that you are always attracting, and you have the potential here to get into alignment and watch with amazement as things start unfolding in your life that just make you so happy, that just bring you joy and fun and laughter. This is amazing here, Aries. I love it, but it makes sense with you being in alignment. And again, it may have something to do with Mars, your ruling planet, being in Aries. So beautiful, beautiful. I guess enough said about this. Let's move on and see what we have for week 3. Okay, Aries, the cards have been shuffled again. So let's see what we have. Okay. So we have these two cards that jumped out together, and this one was like an afterthought as I was trying to collect the deck. That one flipped. So let's take a look at what we have. We have the 5 of Cups with the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Moon. Okay, so overall with these cards right away, I'm feeling as though you may be experiencing a clarifying moment, okay? So what I mean by that is you may focus on something unwanted or unpleasant. And you may have a tendency to not recognize what that unpleasant experience or unwanted experience is there for. And that makes sense, okay? When we experience something unpleasant, we tend to kind of get stuck in it. So that's what I'm feeling here, is that the guidance here is that you may have been moving through the first 2 weeks of July or whatever, first 2-3 weeks, whatever, feeling amazing, things going your way. And then some, what we would consider negative thing rears its ugly head, and you look at it. And some of you may have the tendency to look at it and keep looking at it and keep looking at it and keep looking at it and saying, well, why is this happening? I've been feeling so good. I've been so in alignment and what have you. But, this 5 of Cups, the 5 is about change. The number 5 is about change. And with this card, it's about changing your perspective. It's about turning around and looking at the cups that are full. So in other words, this figure is looking at something that didn't work out, and he is fixated on it. And now he keeps staring at it, and he's fixated on what isn't working, and he's setting up a negative momentum for himself. And meanwhile, he's got other things in his life that are working. There are cups behind him that are still standing, that are still full. There's a bridge over the river that leads to a refuge, the castle. So he's only focusing on the one thing that isn't going right, as opposed to everything else that is going right. But all he needs to do is turn away from what isn't working. And so this is guidance, basically, Aries, to not get caught up in something negative. So when something unwanted crosses your path, you can recognize it, but then use it as a clarifying situation. Oh, wow, that is unpleasant. That is unwanted. I don't want that. But now I know what I do want. It's clarified. It's a clarifying experience. Now I know I want this. So I'll focus on what I do want, because I know how powerful I am and how much it matters how I feel. And when I look at these spilled cups, I don't feel happy. I don't feel joy. So I'm going to turn around and look at all the things in my life that do bring me joy. So this is really about changing your perspective and refocusing here, because you'll get stuck. So with the Page of Pentacles reversed, it's kind of like, yeah, this is guidance. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in that stagnant energy of negativity. So again, these negative things that happen are here for the expansion of you. Put it this way, all of that beautiful, beautiful energy you've been feeling so far, and all the beautiful manifestations, if every moment of every day were like that, it wouldn't be joyful. It just would be. It wouldn't be upsetting, and it would be boring, right? These negative experiences clarify what we want and bring us the opportunity for expansion, for expanding our desires, for expanding our horizons, and making us more than what we were the day before, so to speak. So this message is about recognizing the value in the contrasting experiences that you have and using them to clarify things, right? Because we have the moon energy here. So again, it's not extreme. It's just a lack of clarity, a lack of recognizing that those unwanted experiences are here to move us forward, right? And also, what I'm also feeling with the moon is try not to get too far ahead of yourself, right? Sometimes, and I know this from my own experience, when your vibration is really high and you get on a roll and things are going your way, now you start thinking of the big things that you want, and I can have this, I can manifest that, I can manifest that. And you get too far out, you get too far down the road. And it kind of then it throws you off, because then that doubt starts creeping in. That doubt starts making us, we start doubting that we can manifest something that big. And then it affects our vibration and, leads to this kind of stagnant energy, this lack of moving forward in our, human physical experience here. And so again, this is just an energy of a lack of clarity. And the message here is to recognize the contrast for what it is, a clarifying experience that is here to allow you more expansion. So I would say that's it for week 3. Let's move on to week 4. Okay, Aries, the cards have been shuffled, so we are ready for week 4 messages. And while I was shuffling, the Ace of Pentacles jumped out. So that would be nice if that jumped out again, wouldn't it? What do we have for Aries week 4? Okay, we have a couple of cards. 3 cards. We have 3 cards. Okay, so these 2 cards jumped out together, and then the Hanged Man reversed was separate. Okay, so right off the bat, Aries, do not fear the Tower, especially because look at the card it is with, okay? Now, the Tower is a shakeup that you need. It really, really is. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's something awful, right? And sometimes, the Tower can bring something that we deem as unwanted, but it's always the path to something better. It's always opening new doors for you. And in this case, it jumped out with the 9 of Cups. So, I mean, the energy is here for big, big changes. Now, these huge changes can really be related to anything in your life. I mean, but often with the Tower, there's a spiritual component. Like your belief system gets shaken up. Things that you thought were true, you no longer believe in. And sometimes it's hard to let go of those things that you believed in. Maybe you were raised with certain beliefs and you have some experience that now makes you realize that those beliefs really no longer serve you, and you don't even think that they are true or accurate. It can be something like that. But really, it could be anything here. But whatever it is, I mean, this shakeup is about bringing you something that will bring you tremendous satisfaction, even great joy. Again, we have like another card of wish fulfillment here, right? You had the Star earlier in the month, and now you have the 9 of Cups here. And here's the thing about the Tower. It shows up when you are resisting change, when you are not moving forward. So there may be some area of your life or some aspect, there's some part of your life where you've got resistance. And the universe knows, and the universe, source, whatever, it's all energetic. I mean, it's not like someone is up there saying, oh, okay, you need a Tower moment. No, it's not like that. It's all energetic and attractive. You came here with intentions, and intentions have vibration. You came here with desires, desired experiences, all that kind of stuff. And you even have desires and intentions that you are aware of now, but you're not taking action on. So that all of those intentions, thoughts, feelings, they all have vibrations. Everything has vibration. So when you're getting the Tower, when you're having a Tower moment, when you're having a shakeup, you've attracted that to you because it's the pathway to something you desire, for something you intended. And the proof right here is that you got the 9 of Cups that jumped out with it. So don't fear the Tower, welcome it. And if you do welcome it, then it won't seem so chaotic. It won't seem like such upheaval because you're going with the flow. Go with the flow, Aries. welcome a shakeup. Welcome it. Welcome it. The energy is here for it. If you recognize in yourself that you are stagnant in some area of your life, or you're resistant to something, to some sort of a change, to some sort of advancement, for some sort of movement forward, if you've got resistance, you're attracting this energy to you for the good of you. Even if you can't see what it is immediately, although in this case it seems like you'll know pretty quickly, right? I mean, with this 9 of Cups here, it seems like you are going to recognize it really quickly. Sometimes with the Tower, we don't realize that it's serving us because it's part of a process. It's the first step. The shakeup is the first step to take us in the direction we want to go. In this case, you may recognize very quickly the joy it will bring you, the happiness, the love, the fun, the alignment. And now the Hanged Man reversed jumped out separately from these cards. These two cards were together. This one was off to the side. And I just feel like you're coming out of your shell. You're ready to make a move. You're ready to come out of hiding, break loose. Like you've spent enough time inside yourself, and you're like ready to break free here. And it's probably because of this Tower situation that has made you so happy, that is bringing you so much joy. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I'm thinking, this is going to kind of like move on throughout the rest of this year here. I'm feeling like this Tower is, for some of you, I think is a really big change that, again, great satisfaction. Something unexpected that happens, but brings you great satisfaction, joy, love, makes you want to come out of your shell, out of hiding, out of your cave. And I'm really feeling like this is like a longer term thing. It's not just this for this last week in July. In other words, this is the start of something new, something beautiful that is going to move on long past this 4-week time period here. So this is beautiful, Aries. I love this message for you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Powerful month, powerful message, and powerful guidance here for you, Aries. So let's now get into additional messages. Okay, Aries, let's see if we can get a Law of Attraction card for you. Any advice from these are Abraham Hicks Law of Attraction cards. Okay, you actually have 2. Alrighty, let's take a look at both of them. The first one says, my thought manifestations enjoy a buffer of time. And let's take a look at what. Also, this is a 5 card. 5, the number of change. Interesting. Okay. In an attraction-based universe, there is no such thing as no. Your attention to it says yes to it. In your physical reality, things do not manifest instantly, for there is a wonderful buffer of time that gives you the opportunity to redirect your attention more toward what you do want to experience. Okay, that's true, Aries. So when there is something we decide we desire, right? So let's say it was week 3 when you had the 5 of Cups. You had a clarifying moment, and now you saw what you don't want, and now that has allowed you to clarify what it is you do want, it doesn't show up immediately in that moment, in that instance. There's a buffer of time. Your vibration has to align with it. It's kind of like, ooh, I want that. And then, you kind of gin up the enthusiasm and you keep that vibration high and you're light about it. You kind of like let it go. You don't dwell on it, because then we tend to focus on not having it, right? But you get the enthusiasm for it and you feel good and you keep a light, general, high vibration going. And you have that buffer of time before it manifests. And, that may be also what this tower is about, right? You had some clarifying experience in, approximately week 3. And then by week 4, you have this tower moment, this unexpected shakeup that brings you tremendous joy and kind of like makes you want to come out of your shell and almost like start like fresh, start over again, So yeah, and basically here, your attention to something says yes to it. Your attention to something, whether it's something wanted or something unwanted, says yes to it. So that's why you really want to, when unwanted things creep into your focus, into your thoughts, into your words, your conversations, you want to kind of like catch yourself and say, okay, these thoughts, these words don't serve me. I am going to change the subject, because whatever I am focused on is like saying yes to it. It's really, really very simple in theory, but it takes practice to catch yourself falling into the negative thoughts, the things that don't serve you. So this is really about not only that buffer of time, but recognizing that whatever you give your attention to, you are saying yes to. It may not show up right away, but if you keep dwelling on something unwanted, you will get that or the essence of it. If you keep dwelling on something positive in a light, high expectant way with a high vibration, you will receive that or the essence of it. So that's why it's really good to be aware of your thoughts and your words and recognize what doesn't serve you. Okay, let's take a look at the second card that jumped out. We have, I can feel positive while thinking positive. Okay, I can feel positive while thinking positive. Okay, yeah. At first I was like, what does that mean? But now, yes, I think I understand. The longer you stay focused upon what you do not want, the greater and more powerful that thought will become. But if you are sensitive to your emotions and you withdraw your attention from the unwanted very quickly, you will begin to feel better and you will stop the attraction of the unwanted thing. Okay, yeah, so this is kind of like an extension of what I was just saying here. And I think another way of putting it is, you could think about something that you want and have it not feel good and have it not feel positive, because the feeling is more about not having what you want. When you think about what you want the emotion, the feeling to be positive, because that positive emotion will emit a positive vibration. And it is through that vibration, that energy that you are always putting out there in the world, that you attract the experiences and the people to you. So you want to make sure that while you're focused on what you want, it's in a joyful, happy way, that it makes you feel good, that you expect it to come, that you know it will come. If you are focused on something you want and it doesn't feel good, then just change the subject. Change the subject to something that does bring you joy, something that does make you feel good. Even distract yourself with music or something you enjoy. Whatever makes you happy, whatever can distract you from negativity. Let's see, is there anything else here? Yes, but if you're sensitive to your emotions and withdraw your attention from the unwanted very quickly, you will begin to feel better and you will stop the attraction of the unwanted thing. Yes, so definitely withdraw the attention anytime you notice that it's negative. Now, sometimes you can tell right away you're thinking of something negative because you're dwelling on something that happened in the past that was negative, and all of a sudden you catch yourself and say, whoa, that's in the past, that no longer serves me, I need to change the subject. But sometimes it's more subtle because you think you're thinking about something that you want, but there's a longing for it. There's a feeling of lack, a feeling of this is hard to get or I can't have it. If that's the case, you also want to withdraw your attention from it and change the subject. So, okay, Aries, let's pull one of these Angel of Light cards here. What else do we have for our beautiful, amazing, powerful Aries friends? Ooh. Okay, I have two here. Two again. Let's see. We have discernment and forgiveness. Okay, discernment. Discernment means sensing what feels right or wrong, trusting your judgment and acting on it. Your angel guidance is to look at the people and situations in your life now and respond to your gut feeling. Learn to develop your intuition and ask the angels to help you discern the good from the bad. They will prompt and guide you. You will feel safer, happier, stronger, and clearer. Angel wisdom reminds you that when you can be trusted to use discernment, you can serve the universe in a great way. And the affirmation says, I trust my intuition. Okay, so when you are in this very aligned Queen of Wands energy, when you are feeling beautiful in your own skin here, Aries, you will have the clarity of discernment. You will just know what's right for you. And you will also see very little of what's wrong for you because it is an attractive universe. But I love it here that you're being encouraged to sense what feels right or wrong, trusting your judgment and acting on it. Now, each of us is different. We each have our own inner mechanism for decision making, for knowing what is right and wrong for us. And for some of you, it is the gut feeling. For others, it would be intuition. For others, it's just knowing what your heart wants. There are so, there are different ways that each of us function. And so for you, Aries, you're being encouraged to trust your gut or your intuition, okay? Try to recognize those feelings. But when you are in such a high vibration as this Queen of Wands overall energy, when you are just in alignment, feeling good, feeling content, satisfied, happy, in touch with your strength, your power, your inner being, discernment comes so easy. Discernment comes so easy. You know what's right for you. So, okay, keep that in mind. Aries, learn to trust your inner guidance. Okay, forgiveness. Angel wisdom reminds you that challenging people and situations are sent to you as your most important teachers. Without them, your soul would not grow. Your guidance is to let go of the hurt, resentment, and anger of the past. When you forgive others and yourself, your karma is rubbed out of your soul records. You will enjoy love in your heart and lightness of spirit. Ask the angels to help you dissolve your hurt, anger, and guilt. They will take your burdens from you. When you love unconditionally, there is nothing to forgive. Love is forgiving, so open your heart and give love. And the affirmation says, I forgive myself and others. I am free. Okay, so I really think that this card is referring to the Five of Cups in, I believe it was week 3, and the Page of Pentacles reversed. So in other words, some of you, that Five of Cups for some of you may refer to an interaction with someone else that maybe you did you wrong in some way, and took you out of alignment, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that the Five of Cups is a big deal, but it caused you to focus negatively. And I feel like some of you might resent the person that took you out of alignment, right? That threw you off your game. You were doing so well. And then that person had to step in and say that, or, bring me down, or, maybe almost feel resentful of my alignment and try to pull me out, right? I really feel like this forgiveness is related to that Five of Cups, and it's encouraging you to love unconditionally. And what that means is you don't have to love what the person did. You don't even have to love the person per se. But you, for your own sake, for you, it's not even for the other person. This is for you. You want to live your life with unconditional love, in the sense that you don't allow any people or any experiences to pull you down. You just live with unconditional love. You live unconditionally. You are unconditionally in alignment. You bring love to every situation, to every day, to every moment, regardless, because that's good for you. That's good for your vibration, for your life experience. It makes you happy. That's what unconditional living is. That's what unconditional love is. It's about not allowing conditions to determine how you feel. That's the bottom line. Not allowing conditions to determine how you feel. Recognize that conditions that are unwanted are there for clarity and expansion, and move on in your energy of love, in your energy of alignment. So my Aries friends, I want to thank you for joining me here at my channel, High Priestess Influence. I want to thank you for all the love and support. I hope you found some value in these messages. It is always my intention to attract the cards and the intuition that will provide value for those of you Aries who will view these messages. And I really hope you found value and enjoyed them. And thank you again so much for being with me. Have a wonderful, wonderful month, and I will see you soon, my lovely, beautiful, amazingly powerful Aries.